Tiff and Punisher stand tall in the light, shielding our kids from the shadowy night. With Spanny Eye on our side, we fight back, defending the Constitution, it's a fact. We rise up, we won't back down. For the kids, we'll take the crown. Amendments guide us through the storm. In their names, we will transform. Battling hard with voices so clear, knocking out fear with every tear. Unity in our hands, we won't sleep. For our children, our vows we keep. High on faith, we roam the streets, taking each step with love and feet. Justice calls with a mighty blow. In our hearts the truth will grow. We rise up, we won't back down. For the kids, we'll take the crown. Amendments guide us through the storm. In their names we will transform. Defending the dreams we chase, freedom's light in every space. Together we fight side by side, with brave hearts our spirits wide. Lost.
They are taking our kids every day. I try to meet and no one has a thing to say for those who have been isolated. Don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. Give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stopping.
What's up, Tiff? I feel like I'm wearing a suit.
Nothing. Every time Cairo hears that song, he comes. He knows it's time.
It's time. That's his time to. We need to get him. Does he sing it too?
What?
Does he sing it too?
No, he can't sing it yet, but he hears it. He knows. He knows Jai's getting ready to go on live.
That's funny as heck. That's funny. That's wicked funny. That's good. See, that's a little kid that knows something.
Yeah.
See, he's got structure. He's got things that they need. You know, things that they require as being young. So that's good. That's good stuff.
We got structure over here.
That's right. That's the way that it's supposed to be with these houses and these kids. When they deserve that chance to get. Well, I have green dots in my eye. That's right. Give me liberty or give me death. That's right. Don't tread on me. So, what's up, Tiff? What you got? Anything good? You're not here on Thursday, I heard.
Yeah, I got a meeting, my monthly meeting with the NAACP. But ironically, my husband, we tint cars and clean cars and all that. So today we had a customer. My husband knew the guy, and he brought his girlfriend, and she came in, and we were talking. And we started watching some of my videos of the police. She said, "Girl, I need your phone number. You are now my number one call when CPS shows up."
You ain't taking no shit. There's no doubt about that. Everybody should check out the episodes where we do have that on there, man. She's a machine when the police come. I mean, I've never met a woman not fearful of, not just one police. We're talking about the whole force outside of her house. She comes out in her little nightgown telling them what's up. Little 5 foot nothing coming out just screaming at these big ass officers thinking that they got to do something and nothing happens. It's wonderful.
So then my daughter calls and she's like, "Girl, your mom is a beast." She's like, "I know."
That's funny, though. That is funny. But what's to be scared of, right? You're defending your rights. Why should you be scared to defend the rights that you have given to us by our forefathers in the Constitution? So why should you fear that? Why should you fear that at all?
Well, you should be.
Right. There's no reason. So when you come in there and then they're freaking, the cops show up at your house to take your kid, you tell them no. Period. End of story. You're not taking my kid.
She was even yelling at my TV. She's like, "Go, bitch." I'm like, "Yeah, that's right."
Yeah. No reason for it.
Yeah. Yep. So, yep. She's like, I need your name. I need your phone number. She subscribed to the channel.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's freaking great. So that's good. We got another person on the channel. That's good. Welcome. Well, you know what, guys? Make sure that you don't. Make sure that you subscribe and like and all that stuff because it helps us. It
Get
helps us
out
get
there.
through the algorithm and all of that stuff. That's right, because it's very hard. Also, you know what, Tiff? We got Vincent Davis is hooking up with us. We need to get him in here. So he's going to start plugging for us. So we're going to start plugging for him. So finally, we have a real lawyer that's out there fighting these guys. And I know there's mixed emotions about what people think about him, but you know what? He's still the guy out there that's fighting these guys every day, and he's going to continue to do so. You know. So we got
Whatever
him.
works.
That's right. We got. You know what? We all need. You know what? Nobody's perfect in this world, and everybody's done things that that maybe they're not proud of, or maybe they've done things that they've had to do that wasn't their their thing, but they did it. And you know what? We move on in life. But right now, what we do know is that all of us are trying to get together so that this stuff stops. You know, like that's what this stuff needs to end. These kids being taken from homes needs to stop, and that's it. You know, like so we need to take everybody that we have, everybody in our arsenal, because this thing is bigger than just you or I or that. We're gonna take everybody in the arsenal and get them all together and put one big gun at them and say, "Give us our goddamn kids back." And that's it.
Yeah, there should only be one or two goals: keep the kids home or return the kids. That's it. It doesn't. We should not be fighting over the same shit that we're all doing.
That's it. Yep. There's no reason for it because the goal is the same. And if you're in this for your own personal fame and glory and everything, then get the hell out because this isn't the place for that.
Well, you're not going to get that anyway. You're not going to get the fame and the glory. You could be murdered or attacked.
Hey, watch this. Let me show you this. Check this out. Let me see here. Look at this. Come on.
Don't forget, Trump is doing his State of the Union at 9:00 tonight.
That's right.
I don't know how much of it I'll see tonight, but I'll just watch it tomorrow. What are you doing?
Oh, you didn't see that? Oh shit! I was wondering, like, you're talking during this too. You didn't even see it. Oh my god! All right, hold on. That's funny as hell. I just watched that whole video. I'm like, wow. All right, can you see it now?
No.
There's no video on?
No.
All right, hold on. That was weird. All right, hold on. I was wondering why you were sitting there. Like, all right, how about now?
Oh, yeah, now I see a video.
All right, watch this. Ready? This is what they're calling for now. Watch this.
To improve our child welfare system, we have to improve the recruitment of the people working in it. Far too often, Child Protective Services seems to attract applicants who don't have other career options, who don't quite understand what the job is, and who don't have the skills to accomplish it. Right now, child welfare workers are overwhelmed. One report finds that the estimated national average turnover rate at child welfare agencies is approximately 30%, with individual agency rates as high as 65%. Some observers focus on the possible solution of offering higher compensation and lower caseloads. But we should consider recruiting applicants for CPS who are interested in law enforcement, not just social work. And we should follow the lead of New York and Arizona, where the position is marketed as first responder. Going into homes where there have been reports of abuse and neglect can be dangerous, and figuring out what has gone wrong requires serious critical thinking and investigative skills. Finding the right people for this job is crucial. Do you think Child Protective Service workers should be considered first responders? Let us know in our poll.
What do you think of that?
No.
Right? What's your thoughts there?
They already think they have power. We don't need to give it to them.
That's right. They don't need to be brought on as first responders. First responders to what? Lies and stories that they're getting told to come in and deal with this stuff?
I
That's
hope
crazy.
they don't do that.
That is absolutely crazy. I need to look into that too. So New York and Arizona, they say they're listed as first responders. That's the last thing. That's the last damn thing we need.
Yeah, you should ask Herbert about that.
Yeah, I know. Where the hell is Herbert? Where's Herbert when we need it? Herbert, come on in. Where the hell is Herbert? Yeah,
Are we on TikTok?
No, we're not on TikTok right now.
Okay.
All right, check this out. Vinny just sent this to me. This clip from Vinny right here. Check this out. This is pretty nifty. Oh, there's my phone call. Hold on. We'll do this. There we go. Share. All right. There we go. All right. Play.
What's up, Mitch? Oh, I've been waiting for this. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this. What's up, Mitch? Oh, I've been waiting for this. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this. What's up, Mitch? Oh, I've been waiting for this. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this. What's up, Mitch? Oh, I've been waiting for this.
So I guess Trump. So I guess that's it. I guess Trump is getting Doge to go to CPS. Is that what that's all about?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's good if that's the case. Thanks, Vinny, for that clip. I don't know why I was, like you needed me to play that one.
But that one was funny.
It was funny, but we did that. If you guys ever got clips of stuff too that you want to send in, send it to tiffinpunisher@gmail.com, and we will put your clips up for you guys. If you guys have things that you need, that you find that are worthwhile for us to play on the show, and it's good. It helps us out with some stuff, because it gets hard sometimes for us to put on this.
So I forgot last night, but because Gunner came on and I just went somewhere else. But anyway, so I got a call yesterday about these in the bathrooms from kindergarten to high school, that if you go in the kids' bathrooms, the teachers aren't supposed to go in there, and the aides and all that, they got to use the other potties, right?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently there are posters in schools that are telling you if you're suicidal, call this number, depression, whatever. They got all these numbers, right? So apparently this lady, and I emailed her yesterday, I haven't heard back from her, called one of these numbers. And after they assessed her and said, oh, well, you're not suicidal, maybe you need your own space, go to trevorspace.org. She went to that website.
Oh yeah, that's right.
OMG. Pedophiles, teaching kids how to be animals, Furbies. I had to get off. If I find it in Kingston School, I'm gonna destroy the bathrooms.
Yeah. I mean, how can you sit there and accept that stuff, that they're trying to teach your kids to be something that they're not, and that they're trying to make them be an animal or relate to an animal or associate with them or whatever they call them. I don't even understand those words. That's disgusting. That's gross.
So,
you know,
everybody should check out trevorspace.org on your own. And you need to call your school board and tell them this is absolutely unacceptable.
Yep. Absolutely. Any of these schools, anything that has to do with controlling your kid more than what you do at home is what needs to happen. You know what I mean? It's that's what needs to happen.
Disgusting.
Mm-hmm. It sure
They
is.
are there to learn reading, writing, and arithmetic. They are not there to learn about LTPG, whatever those alphabet is.
Yeah.
Furbies, cats, dog. No, you are a human being. You want to teach them something? Teach them the Constitution. Teach them what their rights are.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
Here's you want to talk about what family court is? Check this out. This is our boy right here, Mark Ludwig. Watch this. This was explained to people exactly what.
Out of respect for my son and.
Let's start it up here again.
Thank you. My name is Mark Ludwig. I do want to thank the members of the committee for taking the time to hear this issue, an extremely important one. Without going into all the details, out of respect for my son and his right to love his mom, shortly after my son was born, I went 204 days without seeing my son. I went 204 days without seeing my son. At the end of that time, I was relegated to the equivalent of an every other weekend visitor. Shortly after that, I was diagnosed with a pretty large growth in my brain. We didn't know what my future was going to be like. And it dawned on me at that point, if something were to happen to me, my son's mom would automatically get sole custody. But it also dawned on me, if the situation had been reversed, I would have automatically gotten sole custody of the very son that I was already only getting every other weekend. Why would it take the death of a parent to convert from an every other weekend visitor to having full custody of a child? If that's the case, shouldn't both parents have 50-50? As a result of my story being televised on a news station in St. Louis, my story went viral. I think it's been 30 million views or something like that. And I started doing a lot of Facebook Lives. And my reach now is around 3 to 4 million in an average month. This past year I did a tour of 38 cities in 24 states. And this isn't about me at all. This is about a fact that obviously this issue resonates. If we're attracting 3 to 4 million people every single month that are paying attention to this, and as you look behind me at all the people that are affected, this is resonating, and it's the only issue in 30 years that I've been around the political arena that crosses gender lines, crosses racial lines, crosses political lines, crosses socioeconomic lines. It affects everybody. Because we already know half of all marriages end in divorce. And for children, they have 2 traumas that they're dealing with. Trauma 1 is mom and dad aren't together. They don't know why, but they're very confused because they love both of them. Now add into that confusion, only one of them do they get to see on a regular basis. The other one is relegated as a visitor, which makes one parent in their mind the superior parent and one parent's the inferior parent. Now imagine that to a 7-year-old child or a 5-year-old child that doesn't know how to verbalize this confusion. And we wonder why, when we look at the statistics, between 70 and 94% of violent crime rates, incarceration rates, high school dropouts, behavioral problems, substance abuse problems can all be tracked to growing up, in many cases without the father, but this is technically gender neutral. I'll fight just as hard for a mother as I will for a father. But the situation can be solved so easy by starting the case with a 50-50. In every other area of law, we start out with a due process that says people are innocent until proven guilty. And yet we walk into a courtroom and one parent is presumed to have the upper hand in most cases. Many of my followers and just about everybody in the room behind me will verify, most people I talk to say, you know what, I didn't have as much animosity for my ex until I met with my first family law attorney. And they told me that, look, in our state, you're probably not going to get 50-50. One of you is going to win and one of you is going to lose. So unless you want to be the one that loses, you better start digging up dirt to prove why you're the better parent. And that creates this adversarial relationship. And that's why these court cases are drug out for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, a year. That's why, as we just heard, people settle. People aren't settling because they're glad that the arrangement, they're settling because they ran out of money and they don't have an attorney to keep fighting for them. Can you imagine how different it would be if those parents would walk into an attorney and the first words out of that attorney's mouth are, look, in our state, you're probably both going to get 50-50. So you might want to learn how to work together and how to co-parent for the betterment of your child. And now all that money, instead of going to the attorney's college fund, can go to their own college fund for their own kids, instead of having one parent ripped out of that child's life. And so to continue on a path, and not in any way putting down the previous speakers, but to think that we're doing okay with our children across America and in the state of Pennsylvania, that people are settling and everything is fine, is almost like Mr. Magoo driving down the street, thinking that everything's fine while everybody's running off the road behind him because he's cutting them off. That's the situation that we're in right now. So I thank you so much for taking the time to hear this case, but I beg of you, please, for the kids of Pennsylvania, give them a chance to not have one of their parents ripped out of their lives.
Give them a chance to not have one of their parents ripped out of their lives.
Thanks so much.
See that? a dollar for child support paid. They get dollar for dollar, every dollar. So every person that's forced to pay child support, the reason that they're forcing you to do that is because they get $1 for it.
Yep.
That's Mark, guys. That's a friend of ours here. That's just insanity. And that's what these things do. And people don't realize that that's one of the reasons why you don't win more time with your kid, or you don't win, any of that stuff. It's because of programs like Title 4D that are out there that are consuming money, or that are making the states money for doing nothing. $1 for dollar. That's what they get, dollar for dollar. And then what did he tell us on the Title 4E? It's $5 for every dollar that they collect, or something like that.
Yep.
Man.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, my husband looked up, every time you go to court, 9 times out of 10, it's been continued and continued and continued. They just drag it out.
Yeah.
That's because the judge gets $60,000 just to drag out a case. Every time they continue it, there's $60,000 in their bank account.
And where do they put this money? Where does this money go? Like, where is this money that they always say that we have? The judges stuff, and they get this their bank accounts must be ginormous. Like, does anybody ever investigate that stuff to see where this money goes, or how they get it, or how it's achieved?
It goes into their retirement fund.
Is that what happens?
Yep.
It's just slipped right in there and just gone away?
It's in their retirement funds.
Oh, yeah, or buy real estate, right? That's what one of the guys in the audience here yelled, buying real estate.
Yeah.
Yep. That's crazy.
They're all crooked. You can't trust nobody. You can't trust no one.
Everybody's out there to make $1 off you.
Yeah. And if it's not off you, it's off your kids.
Yep.
Or in my case, my grandkids.
Do they ever still try to come at you for stuff with your grandkids?
No. They better not.
That part's done and over with.
Yeah, no. In fact, I had a meeting with the school yesterday. The lady I was talking to, She used to work for foster care. She got out of it. And I told her straight up, I said, don't take this personally. But foster care is nothing but a child trafficking ring. And she was like, you are absolutely right. There's some people I think you should get involved with and help. And I said, well, pass on my information then.
Yep. Look at this one. Athena says, I know our specific judge has pictures posted where he's got out of his own float plane going out fishing while he's stealing our kids.
That's what they do.
Yep.
These judges and these lawyers know what the outcome of your cases are before your feet ever hit that courthouse. They make those backdoor deals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you're leaving the courtroom, in my case specifically, when we walked out of the courtroom, the GAL, the prosecutor, and the DA are all high-fiving each other. Psh, like, yeah, all right, we did this, we won. Freaking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's not even supposed to be about we won. Like, really, what did you do besides ruin a little kid's life?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you won. You're going to pay for it when you die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, God's not going to think too highly of you about that. But
no.
Man, just boils your blood. Boils your freaking blood that they're able to just do this. Take our kids away and no repercussions. None whatsoever. Not a damn repercussion for it. They just move on, or they get, even if they ruin it in your case, if they screw it up, they get promoted or they get moved along. They don't even get fired. So there's no justice for the family. There's no justice for the parents. There's no nothing for the parents except for a life of misery after they do that, a life of homelessness and a life of just not wanting to give a shit about nothing. Really, that's what happens. Your relationship deteriorates. You never can have a relationship again with anything. You don't care about anything. You lose your job. You lose all of this stuff. And all because the government wanted to step in and take your child for no reason.
Well, that sums it up.
Right. I mean, that should be, they should be charged with almost murder or something for, the same damn thing. Man, oh man, I'll tell you, she says, our specific judge stood outside wherever that Waktoon Daniel, outside the courthouse, watching Daniel and I interacting with our daughters when Danny was itty bitty baby. And he then told us that K and B aren't old enough to have thought. There must be some more that's coming through. Thought of their own at 5 and 7, now going on 10 and 8. Yep. They're not old enough to have a thought of their own. Now they're going on 10 and 8. I'm assuming that that's the kids that have been taken from her. Man, those judges pieces of shit. But that's what Wendy's thing was, that she was having people send in for, that people were talking about. Look at, they're saying that CPS you little shithead. They're saying that CPS is not, look at this little thing. Look at her.
See her.
Little arms back there. They're saying that what are you doing? They're saying that it's not CPS, it's not giving back to kids, it's the judges. That's why we can't win. The judges are the ones that have the authority to do this stuff, and they're the ones that are issuing the authority to take them. So they're saying that's why it's not CPS at all. It's the judges. And that's why we need to go after the judges. That's what some are saying right now.
Well, that's fine. But this is what they used to do before Chevron. Well, what's the department's disposition on this?
Right.
Termination.
Yep.
Termination. Then they look at their little clerk and set up a termination date and this and that. That's BS. Hey. It's all of them.
Yeah, that's what, Jesus Christ. That's the thing. That's what they all do, is they sit there and they'll say, well, the judge will be like, well, I don't see any reason to take this child from his home. And then the department will be like, well, Your Honor, it's the state's opinion that we will think that this child will be, okay, never mind, click, boom, child's gone. And that's it. So that's what you're right.
Or they'll say, we believe there's going to be future harm to this child.
Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah. You got a crystal ball.
Right. Well, I say this. I said, you know what else could happen? You could take my kid out of my house, walk across the street. Both of you get hit by a bus. No one saw that coming, did they?
Yeah, right. Where's your crystal ball?
If you wouldn't have taken my kid, it'd still be here. So you can't say that shit to anybody. You can't say that or use that against you at all. You know, like then because you could be able to flip it right around for them. You know, half the time they show up, they don't even have a car seat when they take your kid. You don't use your car seat? Screw you. You come here to remove my child because I'm not safe enough for it, and you don't even come with a car seat? Come on. They don't have any money to buy them? You know, it's ridiculous. And half the time,
the WIC office will give them out to them for free.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, take mine. I don't need it anymore, obviously.
Yeah, right. Or they can go to the fire. Let me tell you what I did one time. This is the only reason I know. I had a car seat when my youngest daughter was a baby, but I'm like, you know what? She needs a new car seat. So I went through this car seat thing where they strap them in, right? Make sure they're all good, right? They took that car seat out of my car and was like, this is a death trap. So they gave me a brand new car seat, free of charge, and put it in.
Yeah, they used to do that at the fire department, right? I don't know if they still do. Yeah, there's a lot of good services like that out there. I mean, I don't know. We don't need to really bring those up here because most of us don't have them anymore. But if you do ever get your baby back and stuff, definitely go check the fire department out because they used to do that stuff for free. Check them and everything. And I think, like Tiff said, oh, shit. I don't know what the hell she thinks she's doing back here, but she's being naughty. What is? I don't know. I'm trying to not show the pain on my arm of this thing just clawing me away right now.
Well, at least you're awake.
Yeah, maybe that's what I need is for that. That's my fight for narcolepsy right there. This is really getting on me. Oh man, CPS shut it down. You're right, Tammy. Now is right. I really think that if you did shut down CPS, that people in their own communities would handle child abuse and neglect if they saw it and they knew what was going on. I don't think the average American would let things go out and, you know, like they wouldn't allow a kid to have they wouldn't allow a kid to be beaten up by their parents in the neighborhood. If you knew some little kid was being abused, some other fathers would come together and handle the situation, I think. My personal opinion. Because we never saw
mother's words.
Yeah, mothers, fathers, both.
Yeah, because not to say anything against men, but we carry them, so they've been with us longer and we're more protective.
Right.
Let me speak for myself. Let somebody mess with one of my grandkids. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, I know that. Facts. And I've always said that too. I said that about Mary, like the woman it's definitely harder on than a man because the woman is the one that carries that baby. And there's a big difference in the relationship between a baby and their mother and a baby and their father because the woman carries that child and grows that child. So they have a whole different relationship. I'm not saying that dads don't have a good relationship with their kids at all, but there's a different relationship and a different feeling that a mom has than a dad. And I've said that all along, and some people disagree with me, and that's fine if you disagree with me, but it makes total sense. Like our part of that is pleasure. The rest of it is the grueling time that you guys get sick, the babies grow inside of you and all of that stuff. And there's definitely a difference in the relationship. It's just wrong. It's wrong that they do this. Unless you're actually going to kill your child, oh wow, did you see that? Facts over lies says DC is on high alert and Democrats are planning a walkout. Stay strong, you guys. So that's good. We're making noise. Noise is being made.
Good.
Hope those Democrats do walk out. Not that I'm about the right and the left and all that stuff, but they definitely are putting a thorn in the side of the plans. You know what I mean? What else? We got any news on Doge or anything today?
I haven't heard anything, but I had people here today, so I wasn't really on anything. Like I said, the only thing that I saw that I really need to look into is what was that? What were we talking about? That tax thing? What was it? Fairtax.org.
Yeah, fair tax.
That's what I caught at the end of my evening. So I'm definitely going to check that out and see what that's about. But I did see Vinny's. Okay, everybody, I'm in Facebook jail. Can't do much. So I did see Vinny say that Trump directed Doge to go into CPS and foster care, I believe. That's what was said. But that's the only thing I've heard so far. I mean,
Oh wow, that would be good stuff. I'll tell you, that would be freaking awesome. I think it's like a 14% tax that goes across.
and if you're under a certain income, you will get. The way I understood this guy was if you were under a certain amount of income, whatever tax you paid, you would actually get back. It's like a refund every month instead of getting it at the end of the year. Um, and it ranged from anywhere from $300 a month to $800 a month, depending on the level of income you make. I don't know. So don't quote me on that, anybody. You go look it up for yourself.
It would be pretty awesome, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And then the IRS would absolutely be eliminated.
That would be awesome. Trying to see here. Look up the day's news here. See what we got. Let's see. CPS social worker cut line right here. Yeah, excellent. Another serve. Thanks, yes. I know there's a lot going on in New Hampshire and Maine right now with CPS and what's going on. Here we go. Here's the top 3 things CPS does when plotting to remove your children. This is Vince Davis talking about this stuff. Let's take a listen to this.
Okay, we're back. This is Attorney Vincent Davis with Cynthia Becker. This is The Secret, How to Fight Child Protective Services and When. Cynthia, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
How many interviews have you done on the reality series CPS The Horror Stories?
I believe we're close to 200 now.
Wow. If you had to tell me the top 3 common things among these interviews, what would you say they were?
No warrants when social workers show up. That's a very common one. Number 2 is most of the time, because of it being false and outrageous allegations, the parents think that because they've done nothing wrong, that they can prove to the social worker that the allegations are false, and they allow them in and they trust them. That would be number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3, the parents end up losing just about everything in their life, whether it is their financial and jobs or family and friends, because people don't believe them anymore. And lastly, I hate to say it, but a life, and we're all grieving a living child.
Yep.
Because they're removed from us, and it feels like a death, except for they're still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to add a 4th one. I'm going to say when the child is in foster care, 90 plus more %, there's abuse to the children in foster care.
What percentage did you say?
I would say well over 90%.
What kind of abuse are you talking about?
Oh, it could be sexual, emotional, physical. It's pretty horrible.
You know, I've never talked to you about this. I'm very surprised. You said the number one
Yes.
thing, though, was no warrant. So you're telling
Yeah,
me in most of the place, in most people all over this country, they don't get warrants and they don't get court orders?
correct. And parents don't know any better because they're saying, hand over your children. And it's very intimidating. There's police officers, there's, more than one social worker most of the time. It's scary.
You know, I think an attorney here in California by the name of Sean McMillan settled that issue about, well, I guess it's only in the county where he brought the case, but under the Fourth Amendment in the U.S. Constitution, I don't believe you can take a child unless you have a court order or a warrant, unless it's an exigent circumstance. And by exigent
Right.
circumstance, I mean something life or death that's about to
Correct.
happen, if they don't take the child. But,
Correct.
in most cases, you need a warrant, and that's still happening?
That it happens all the time on a daily basis. And yesterday, one of my interviews, she actually recorded it. And she said, you are going to, we watched the recording and I was blown away. She said, so you're telling me you're going to take my children without a warrant and for no reason? And they said, yes.
What state was this?
Oh my gosh. I can find out. I don't remember.
Okay. But you're hearing the story more than in one state, right?
Oh, it's everywhere. And I
Still
just
in
did a,
California? Wait. Everywhere? You mean it's still happening in California?
oh yes.
I'm almost sure that issue legally has been resolved by lawsuits by other attorneys, including Mr. McMillan in San Diego. You can't take a child without a warrant or a court order unless there's an exigent circumstance.
Well, you're going to hear from a mother tonight that from my show, she has 2 cases and both of her children, because they're by different fathers, they were removed at different times. Neither there was a warrant, a court order, or extreme situation where the children needed to be removed. And as you know, in my case, there was no warrant or court order, and definitely not an extreme situation where my children needed to be removed and my children were taken.
Right. Well, I'm kind of flabbergasted about that, and I'm also a little bothered by the fact that you think that in 90% of your interviews, kids have been abused while in foster homes. Because when judges place children in foster care, it's because it's supposed to be a safe place. Now, are you finding out that it's not a safe place for children?
It is not a safe place at all. And a lot of times, the foster parents are not, I've heard of cases where they're not licensed, or their background, I guess what is being checked is not, it's just like, okay, if you have specific jail, I'm trying to think, if you've been arrested for, murder, then obviously you can't be, but some of the other things I've had parents find on their background that is horrible, and yet they're still allowed to be a foster parent. But the abuse that I have heard happening in foster care is horrific.
Give me an example of something that you heard recently that occurred like in the past maybe year.
Okay, I had a really good one, but it was a little bit more than a year.
That's okay. If it's 2 years, let's hear about it.
Well, it's an African American woman was forced to sleep outside because, first of all, she was referred to as nothing but the N word. I'm sure we all know what that word is. And she was forced to sleep and eat outside because they didn't have slave quarters. And when I asked
wait. Is this person a minor or a parent or what?
She is now an adult. When I thought that this person was referring to something that happened years ago.
Right.
No. This was in the past few years.
Do you remember the state?
I don't. I do so many stories a day, which then, multiplies into a week, and I don't remember. I apologize.
That's right. You can't remember over 200 interviews. We're going to have to take a break here. This is The Secret, How to Fight Child Protective Services and Win. I'm attorney Vince Davis, and I'm with my co-host Cynthia.
The girl that does that show, we need to bring her on if she still does it.
Yeah, she does. Yep. Yes, we do, Jonathan. But what do you think about the top 3 reasons that they said? Do you think that that's fair to say?
It's all true.
Right. Everything that she said is true.
Yeah. Because if you go to one of the websites that I sent you, I forget what it's called, but I get daily stuff. They did a report on this.
Right.
They said children fare much better even if they're abused in the same home with their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Because once they are moved to foster care, and I almost fell off my bed when I first read this, they are 600 more times likely to be, we'll just leave it at abused, in all areas.
Mm-hmm.
So everything she said was absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
They just had a case in West Virginia. 3 black children were adopted by a white family. Okay. Somebody called CPS on them. These 3 little black children were living in a shed, being fed once a day, dirty and everything. Now, they were more than an hour from me because I live right there at the West Virginia line. I'm 25 minutes from it. If they were closer, I went to see those parents.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. It really does exist.
And then for the fact that the American Bar Association has now admitted, after all these years, that they targeted Black and Hispanic people for their kids for the last 40 years. At least they admitted it. But I knew this years ago because all my kids are considered Black, every last one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody told me I was crazy and I didn't know what I was talking about. Oh, Tiffany, you just that crazy little white girl running around here talking about CPS. Yeah.
I love that one right there. Facts over lies. That's good. I'm going to put that one right up. That's awesome. There we go. Bloop. There, perfect. We'll keep that one right up to the end of the show. That's perfect. Speaking of end of the show, I think we're here. I think we're at it.
Yeah. I'm going to call you tomorrow. You going to answer your phone?
I always answer my phone when you call.
No, I called you twice today. So I wanted you to say this on air that you're going to answer my phone. So when you don't answer my call, I'm going to blast you.
I will answer the phone when Tiffany calls tomorrow. Everybody hears it right here. Oh man. All right, guys. Well, we thank you all for being here with us tonight. I know some nights are tougher than others, but well, we all do it together. And we're going to beat this thing, right, Tiff?
Absolutely. And with every breath till my last breath, I don't care how long it takes.
Hey, you know what? Tiffany's not going to be here Thursday night. So if anybody that watches the show want to come in and be my co-host, send us an email. And I'll get one of you guys on here to be my co-host. So email tiffinpunisher@gmail.com. So if you guys want to come on the show and be a co-host, send us an email. You can be my co-host Thursday night. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Oh, wait, not same time, same place. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. See you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. We're going on a field trip.
Put up a fight, mowing down redcoats. They wanted freedom. They had to fight, and now we take the sacrifice in vain. They loaded their muskets, fired them one by one. That's why we have the freedom to own a gun, but we are blowing it. These freedoms were created by those before us. They were to be something that stays. But now things are so corrupted, they are taking our rights away. Hey, Uncle Sam, where did you go? I called Washington today, but nobody's home. We all want to stand for our freedom, but nobody wants to do it today. Can't you see time is a waste and the Constitution we love is fading? Make no tread on the reality, or the USA will be the next casualty. We are here for freedom, those we will protect. Unite for the values we cherish, and watch everything perish. Our men have fought for our freedoms, many women have too. Their blood spilled upon the ground, with the news many frown. They paid a price that many won't pay. Now we are letting the cause fade away. The graves are being neglected by the actions of so many deceptive. The freedoms they fought for in every world war, conflict or mission, so many stayed behind signing petitions, while those awake dying were there to protect them. It's time to wake up in the USA. We are all slipping away into the darkness we once ran from. It's getting worse every day. Now they are taking our children more and more every day. No soldier ever fought for taking our children away. This is not why they bled for our freedom. They didn't die for some cheap pay. We all need to come together and fight this corruption, and it starts today. We need to wake up America, go back to parades, remember true family values, laugh again as children play. These are the things we fought for, 200 years strong, but now we're losing all of this. Don't tread on me does exist. So rise up and be strong. We don't have to go along. We need to push back now, like our forefathers did. It's time to bring back the way it was, when families lived together, all that mattered was love. It's not always easy to take back what they have grabbed. With all of us together we can do it, two loving children and mom and dad. This is our country, it's called USA. So many have fallen, say don't tread on me today. It's time to wake up in the USA. We are all slipping away into the darkness we once ran from. We once ran from. It's getting worse every day. Now they are country, it's called